being a lone man anchor and definitely hunkering down towards A.
Yeah, it's very true. And that was the thing as well. Essentially for Flash, they looked great in terms of aim. Today, they've come in, they woke up very early on. There wasn't a slow burner. Basically, about 5 rounds in, everyone had clicked, the switches were all up, the lights were on, everyone was home, and they were looking fantastic in terms of the amount of damage they were doing. But we just need to see that coming through once again. If they can still play with that level of aggression, that level of passion, but just dial back the overextension, I think they've got a great chance on Cash.
Definitely would have to agree with you, Jack, as I believe the pistol is going underway. Flash Gaming going to be starting on the CT side. Renegades pick Cash, which means the choice of sides goes in favor of Flash, and they opted to start on the CT side. And sometimes this can go south. If you lose your pistol on the CT side on Cash, go into this rut where you lack utility, you lack a Molotov towards boost. The smokes and the Molotovs used towards the A and B side, which are crucial, then suddenly you can be seeing yourself in a big deficit, 5-0, 5 or 6-0 down early on.
Right now, taking map control early as they set themselves up for what appears to just be a standard burst towards the A-bomb site. Molotov out, obviously you've got the swing play as well, but Summer with the entry, K's as well. They're having none of this. You are not taking site control, boys. Get out of here, as they want a beautiful opening pistol round. Nafly, the only man remaining, but he should be hitting the deck shortly.
Nafly 1 versus 4. Unlikely scenario here, but as I say, they finds 1. Attacker is 40 HP, which means 1 shot towards the head will take him down. But he still has to isolate these players, and eventually Attacker will take him down. 2 kills for him into that round. 2 for Summer as well. As Flash Gaming get off to a good lead, as we mentioned before in the preface, before the first map even, how strong Flash Gaming can be on their pistol rounds.
Yeah, it's true. We've seen that consistently. Very effective. Especially when they go for the CZ boys. CZs in their hands seem to be unreal on another level.
So, Flash Gaming take the pistol. Renegades going to get the bomb down, which means they're going to go for the 4-4 spine. Nifty doesn't buy Kevlar, just buys smoke to a flashbang instead. Going to be taking the hit there in terms of Kevlar and buying up flashes and utility to aid his side, being the Agilent captain and leading by example. 2 M4s, 3 UMPs for Flash Gaming and the kit as well onto Attacker and Summer, just in case things went south and Renegades did get that bomb plant.
Flashbang's coming through. Nifty so low already, 60 HP. Been wiped off him straight away. JKS luckily will find a frag with a Deagle as he extends out a little bit, but there's the trade back. Caster as well, wielding the UMP, so it's going to be a bit of a money builder on that one.
Strange to see Nifty go for such aggressive peaks, seeing as he is the one with utility. Nevertheless, the smoke's going to come out towards Connector and allow for the A split to potentially come to fruition now for the side of Renegades. Can they get in up highway and catch Attacker and Casa off guard?
Push coming around. Usillo here with the CZ loses everything as he gets punished there. Asa will actually trade it back as well towards the bomb site, but Attacker is in position. Oh, they're making good work out of this. Actually, Renegades starting to find these frags. Luckily, Summer will make a bit of a naff barbecue, and it's all on Nifty with his trusty Deagle. Cheeky play comes out as he'll land the opening shot. Can he get the second? He's so low. 2 HP in a dream. Flashbang going to go through as he wants to try and go for the peak. Casa. Surely he should win this. The bomb in an awkward location. Nifty has to peek towards him. Just pre-fire and find the kill. He will actually get tagged there as well, I believe. It looked like he did. Down to 60 HP, but at least he gets the round.
Close but no cigar there from Renegades. A failed smoke towards Connector. Actually, I don't think he even smoked it. I think he saved it to smoke highway, which is fair enough. But of course, Renegades dealing out 4 deaths to the side of Flash Gaming, which means the money isn't going to be able to amount here. Then again, Renegades, are they going to go for a force spike? 1 player survived for Flash. If they went for the force spike and they won it, they would shatter the CT economy, but instead they're going to be taking no chances here, playing it nice and safe, and saving into this round. So it's going to be 2-0, full eco here for Renegades, and this is the round for Flash Gaming where they have to stack up the cash, try and have 4 to 5,000 in their bank if they can secure a clean round.
This push is coming through right now, slowly making their expansion round as they're going to be setting themselves up. Molotov will go down and set a blaze towards doors. They can't quite burst through as they know they want to try and go for this pop play as Nifty is armed with just the flashbang. He will pop it out and then they'll sprint their way in, try and run them up, cause a little bit of havoc, but all the frags are going to go the way of Flash in a matter of seconds. No real answers there for Renegades as they do go down. That's the first 3 rounds in favor of Flash. Now let's get serious.
2 kills found by K's on that Mag 7. $1.8K worth of investment. He has $5,000 and Kevlar, so he can go for the opening. Will do that. Throws away that Mag 7, which means He won't have 5,000 sitting in the bank. Is this going to be investing everything? It's going to be UMP for Casa, 3 M4s in the AWP onto Ks to finish off the rest of the the Chinese buy. We are in Seoul, Korea, but unfortunately MVP are playing a little bit later. Renegades though, 5 AKs, no AWP for Nifty so far as he invested into the utility and the Deagle in the last round. But already Molotov goes out towards Boost. That's why it's so crucial to win that pistol. You have utility to play with, but do you have the firepower to match these AKs?
Oh, Casa as well, the timing, luckily was able to get himself back and close towards A site because he was very up close in person. Took a little bit of damage as well as he was nearly a lot below sub 50 HP. Look at this map control play from Attacker as well. So confident as he finds the necessary opener.
Oh, Nifty taking out Ustillo as well. 4 versus 3 as they're going to be impounding their way on towards the B side. Summer finds 1. Can he get any more? It's already the 4 versus 2 as he's dancing around back boxes on the B side, but eventually gets taken down.
Yeah, playing ring around the rosies there, Snots, as he was trying to make them all fall down. As it is all up to Naf and Nifty now. And they actually do the damage they need to do. Looks like Naf panicked a little bit, expecting the bush to come in. Finally, we'll get that bomb. Blinded peeks out, gets one. Gonna get the second Naf! As he finds it! Flick of a lifetime, calm as ever, doesn't give a damn.
There's the shoulder. Oh, the shoulder tap this time, not the shoulder rub. So, obviously, showing allegiance potentially to other players. Nevertheless, though, 3-1. An incredible 1 versus 2 from Nafline to start off the first buy round as Renegades get to 1.
That was beautiful. Very, very nicely played there. Mighty plays coming out from Naf towards the end of that round. As the pause will be coming in as well. Seems like they do have a technical issue over on the side of Flash Gaming, so I imagine that'll be quickly remedied and they'll be getting back into the action. But Renegades, they do find themselves getting around now as they start to contest and want to try and deny what Flash Gaming have been bringing to fruition. Obviously, if you look at the cash there, Snods, as well, what do you reckon we're actually going to be seeing coming out from Flash as we continue on in this matchup?
It depends really how you want to play your CT side. Obviously, if you have confident anchors with the AWPs, what we generally do see is a double AWP setup for the CT side. 1 AWP towards A, 1 AWP towards B, and you play 3 riflers towards middle. But then again, that depends on how Renegades are structuring their T sides. Usually what you should be doing is adapting to what the opposition are doing, right? If Renegades play heavy towards middle, you can play 3 towards mid, 3 riflers there, leave 2 AWPs towards each of the sites. If Renegades are playing more of a stacked style of CS where they group together and they go for executions instead, then, you know, play 2-1-2 and have an AWP alone towards middle to fire that 1 shot towards mid or towards boost and get that 1 kill on that lurking player. So it really depends, actually, on what Renegades are going to be bringing to the forefront as to which Flash Game are going to be replying with on their CT side.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when we do actually find what the answer will be. Now, for Flash as well, obviously, into that round, it was just unfortunate really on the reface. Naf just had an amazing step up, did punish him and take him down, but Renegades have actually still been showing they can go blow for blow, and they'll get it down to the tightest possible scenario in every round. They're forcing out economy, they're forcing players to overextend, they're keeping Flash on their toes no matter what.
They are indeed, Jack. As the issue is getting sorted swiftly. You can see 3 or 4 admins. Minsick on the stage as well, so you know it's about to be sorted.
Come in. He'll break it down.
He'll break it down. He'll get it sorted.
He knows what's up, as it seems like it is just a player with an issue with one of the players' PCs before they rejoin, get that immediately remedied, and then we can continue on with the action here on the second map of the best of 3. Obviously, Cash being this second map. It's been looking pretty good so far. It's actually quite a tight affair. Obviously, if you missed map 1, Flash had a good display, went 16-14. They were unable to topple the beasts of Renegades towards the end there and fell short. Bear in mind as well, this is a double elim bracket, so Flash aren't out of the competition. They won't be receiving the boot back home if they do fall short here. They'll just be dropping down to that lower bracket.
So, round number 5, after a lengthy pause. And it's going to be the CZ for Casa. 2 UMPs actually. So they've gone for utility instead of firepower. So they've gone for the UMP, Flash, Smoke, and Molly instead of going for the M4. But talking of rifles, Jack, Nifty with the AK finds one after Summer, and we're seeing an advantage already.
All kills coming through. Those Attacker will trade back as he gets that one off on towards Nifty. Smoke's going to go down. It's a double smoke towards mid, though. A little bit of a miscommunication there. So they're wasting that utility stance.
They are indeed. 4 versus 3 is lovely. With the UMP, it does find that kill onto JKS. Lovely alone towards the B side, so if he had lost that duel versus JKS, that would have been the B side open for free. And Flash Gaming would have had a much better chance of securing this round. Sorry, Renegades are securing this round. But instead, the man advantage is in favor of the Chinese side. This is going to be 1 minute left on the clock. Bomb going towards outside A main, towards boost. Are we going to be seeing a B split here via mid and B main?
Azza trying to clear towards mid. Doesn't know that Caster is directly below him by boost, as he will make his way down towards garbage. Make his way through. Nearly gets the frag, but Caster overpowers him with a UMP. Caster is so low, though. He tries to go for a bit of a play. Caster doubles it up. Eventually then gets traded back down by Nafly, and it's Naf in a 1v3.
Has the bomb. He won a 1 versus 2 in the last round to secure their first round on the board. Can he one up himself and make it a 1 versus 3? Peeking and peering in towards highway. Spots out K's with the AWP towards default. Actually going to be taking his chances back towards the B side. Doesn't realize there's someone just directly below him. Ooh. Shoots out his outline, but eventually will be taking him down. It's going to go 1 to 4, and Flash Gaming going to be resetting Renegades here.
Yeah. Luckily, they do get that reset round off, so Renegades completely broken, basically 1.4 across the board in terms of their cash. Meanwhile, for Flash, they're going to be fairly happy. Sitting pretty, the reinvestment comes out. Summer actually goes for a bit of a read as well, and going to don himself an MP9. The SMG, the PDW, he's going to charge in and really get himself a bit of a bonus round going.
Yeah, I mean, that gun is, what, $1,100. You find 2 kills, you've already made yourself a return on investment, which is crucial for business, and that's what they're here for. They're doing their jobs, as it's another day in the office for both these teams. It's going to be round number 6. And no Kevlar bought by Renegades, just going to be upgraded pistols. Then again, we saw in Inferno how prevalent, how powerful they can be, even with just CZs in hand.
Renegades looking like they're quite timid in this one as well. I'm sure what they want to do is obviously they don't really have too much to play with. They only have the 1 flashbang. That is going to be on Azza. They go for a boost play. Seems like mid-control will be the order of the day. Let's see if they can actually slip in, or if Casa will just take this on as target practice and ready his rifling skills to find the frags as the headshot comes in. There's the first, ready for more as well, as Renegade's very timid off the back of that.
5 versus 4. It's Casa with the M4, does find 1. They do exit through middle with the spray down in the Molotov as well. Taka and Casa finding kills apiece as they do mow down these Renegade side players. Actually, as though this season with the long range kill, does find 1.
Summer came in from behind as well, so at least he did get that kill off with the MP9. It wasn't all doom and gloom for him.
So, going to be round number 7 now. 5 to 1 in favor of Flash Gaming. They have the 4-round advantage. But the money is still low for Renegades. They had no Kevlar into the last round. They are still unable to buy into this one, Jack. It's going to be the double eco coming out. I say double eco. Eco in the last round. Now the quasi buys. A few players are going to have Kevlar. Flashes, a smoke onto Azza, and upgraded pistols across the board, which means a likely scenario where Flash Gaming get to a 6-1 lead. And this time, they're the ones with the advantage, which we haven't seen so far in the Asian minor.
Coming out. Trying to take the safe side control. Attacker will get the early entry. Azza with the trade back off the back of the CZ stance, but Attacker in the elevated angle. He was reigning supreme till his head went rolling off as JKS has got himself a deagle and he knows how to use it. Caster as well, panicking a little bit. JKS doubles or nothing as he keeps it going with the deagle. Unfortunately, he's burnt to crisp. Azza as well on with the AWP. It's a 1 versus 1 now. If he gets the second shot off, he will win the round and get Renegades back into a good position. Lovey, 2 flashbangs. He has a kit and an AK, but he just needs to play it slow. The bomb is in his vision. It's going to be so hard for Azza to mosey his way out and try and recover it.
Oh, smart play here from Lovely. Going in front of the door. Knows that Azza won't be expecting that play, but actually going to be going towards highway. So if Azza comes up high with a good timing where Lovely's not expecting it, if Lovely's on 4x3, he may not even see Azza come up through highway.
Especially if he extends round like this as well. He's opened himself up. Luckily, the timing might just clear him as he gets into main at the right time. This is so lucky it has gone in his favor like that. But does he realize where Azza is now located towards? As he has tiptoed through. I believe he's grabbed the bomb as he will now back off and make his play towards B.
Smokes off towards highway to cover his tracks, but actually, no, I thought he was going to go back towards car.
Double loop.
Yeah, go for the loop and try and catch Lovely off guard, but actually the bomb will be planted open for the B site. So now Azza can go towards B main, checkers. He can even go back towards heaven as well if he wanted to. And Lovely will pick up a kit. So now he has 5 extra seconds to try and go for this defuse.
I was hoping he picked up a kit because I wasn't quite sure because I couldn't see from that view, but obviously he does have the kit to play with as he is coming over. Trying to take the fight from the elevated angle. Azza here with CZ out. Smoke goes down, tries to force the face, gets him so low. As Lovey just going to jump on the bomb. Azza isn't spamming as well, he just takes one shot. If he connects, he's nowhere near the bomb. What a meltdown, Snods. What a meltdown. Azza eventually will find the frag though, saves himself the AWP, but Renegade's still not going to get the round. Flash Gaming get through with 6 rounds to play with.
Then again, that was the eco round from Renegades. Had no Kevlar, only on, I believe it was Azza. And they still managed to have a very, very close round there. 1 versus 1, the defuse in the smoke with red HP, as he does secure round number 6 for Flash Gaming. 1 to the aforementioned 6. It's going to be a 5-round deficit now for the Australian Solus to bring this one back. Are they slow burners into cash? Can they fall back on some set strats, some set pieces they've gone through in practice to try grind out some rounds to get back into this one?
Renegades needs to be soon as well. They have to try and get themselves back in full force soon. As Flash Gaming, it seems like they are just really toppling the Giants right now. They don't give a damn what they do. Everyone is playing a good level of CS. Nice Molotov coming out here from Lovey as well as this push will come in, but does he spot out that Ustillo has slipped his way through? Does Match Summer supporting him? Plays around the smoke as well, but Nifty and Naf come through. Naf with a double entry. Summer tries to fire back, will claim 1 frag, ready for the second, but Azza crouches down. He fires directly over the top of his head and leaves it all up to K's in a 1v3.
Has no kit to work with though. Double flashbang and smoke. What is the money like for Flash? Can he try to play for exits knowing that Renegades haven't got much cash to work with? Obviously, if he gets 1 kill here, Jack, and Renegades survive with 2, then suddenly that means 1 player for Renegades may be deducted down to a UMP or a CZ. Because obviously, 2 players can only drop over 2 guns.
K's. Yeah, smart. Worried that he would have actually got a bit overzealous and tried to run the risk there, but plays it clever, fall back, live to fight another day. Highly unlikely he was going to get anything out of that round anyway, and you've got an AWP, you've got so much investment there. Why throw it?
Renegades claiming their second buy round, as it will go 2-6, and this time a much more comfortable one. Last time it was from the crazy 1 versus 2 from Nafla, which meant their money couldn't really build. And now Nifty on $8,000. It's a very, very different scenario here, Jack.
True indeed, Snods. As if you look at the cash there as well, just absolutely horrendous. As the weapons will be dropped to them, a couple of CZs going to be thrown about the gaff as they will rearm themselves with a little bit of additional firepower. But essentially, if they are going to get this round, it's up to K's to get the impact.
It is indeed. It's going to be him wielding the AWP. And then 4 CZs as well to finish off the rest of the buy. 4 sets of Kevlar as well for Flash Gaming on the CT side. Lovely. Just going to be going without the armor. We saw in Inferno, Flash Gaming were far stronger on their CT side compared to what they were showing on the terrorist side. So in terms of this CT side on Cash, Jack, they really have to stack up 9 rounds if they want to try close this one out. And so far, they're doing a stellar job at that.
Yeah, they need to win the half, and they're close to winning the half already, actually. So, well done to the massive stack as well, as everyone is getting close and personal on towards the site. But there goes the entry from Azza. Luckily, they fire back with a CZ. If that would have been a kill on JKS, it could have been a huge round. But unfortunately, they fall short. But look how low they are. Naf and JKS, 7 and 9 HP respectively. Nifty still alive on 100 HP. Kaze comes over. Such a shame. Thing is as well, we can't even really try and go for the play with the AWP just yet because it's still going to take 1 shot no matter what. If he was armed with the M4 here, an easy spray towards Naf and JKS, if there would have been at least 2 players left on that side of Flash, this could have been a different round.
Exactly. Nafly, JKS, 1 shot even from a USB from being taken down, but instead, K's last alive going to be forced to save his AWP into the next round. That'll be round number 10, as Renegades now chain 2 rounds on the trot. They're going to make it 3-6 as K's tries to get a few extra kills to whittle down that T economy, but instead just going to be met by nothing as that A site is vacant.
Unfortunate from there into that round as well. They did a good amount of damage with the CZs, especially if they would have at least got those frags to force the rebuys out onto JKS and Co to do a little bit more damage to that economy. But you can still see Flash Gaming, they are not looking good in terms of what they have in their cash. So they will have to just reinvest once more into the CZ buys. Nades coming out on Carcer and Lovey. K's the only one with anything to play with because he's consistently been able to get these saves.
We saw Renegades go for the double eco earlier in the half, and now Karma's come right back around as they're the ones forced to go for the double save. As they will have CZ and Kevlar. KS finds the first though with that saved AWP, and now Renegades know exactly where the AWP is in play. Can they try and pursue and pounce onto one of these sites where the AWP isn't there currently? But Kays will rotate towards the A site. Smoke comes out towards Connector, as it seems like we're going to be seeing a B split via Vent and via B main. But as I say that, Jack, Nifty will be falling back from B, goes back towards middle, as it seems like they're going to be walking up highway.
Yeah, try and take that control towards short. Get onto A site and lock it down. Possible. Oh, Summer as well gets spotted out as he's gone for these deep plays that he loves to attempt to make work. If the time would have been a little bit different, maybe he could have got that early impact.
4 versus 4. Kevlar as well for the CT side, as Azza has control of all of the CT rotations, but only gets one and gives away an AK to Attacker. Someone you definitely don't want to be wielding the Kalashnikov if you're versus him.
Especially, as you said, when he picks up the AK, because he knows how to slay from far away. He will charge in as well, as he's finding all these frags. Everyone's hitting the DECKs, they go down. Attacker, massive impact there. You give him the AK, rips his way through. Quad kill comes out. Flash game and pick up the round.
They do indeed. Kevlar and CZs is all it required. As we go into round number 11, 7-2-3, 4-round advantage now for the Chinese side on Renegade's map pick of that. As it will be 2 M4s, 2 AKs salvaged from the dead bodies from Renegades. Attacker as well, 16 kills and 5 deaths so far after 11 rounds, single-handedly carrying Flash Gaming to a strong opening play.
Map control coming out here as well, as main seems to be the play for Renegades. They want to set themselves up. They have a ton of utility as well, so smokes go over, get those Molotovs into the classic angles, force people out of position, zone off all those lines of sight, and force Flash to be starved for info.
Molly comes out towards door. Smoke towards highway from Renegades. Pete comes up from Kays. He finds the first, but he's low HP.
He's on 1 HP exactly, Snods, but he's still doing damage as he finds these flicks, moving, bobbing and weaving, hitting him with a left, right as he takes him down. Attacker will fall though. That's the impact man taken out of commission. Kays still doing work with the AWP. Surely not more. Eventually he will fall, but there's the backup from Casa. It's all on Naf. 2 frags to his name, but he needs to double that and get 4 to win the round.
If there's someone you want in the scenario, though, if you are a Renegades fan, it's going to be Nafly. 1 versus 2. Has the bomb as well to work with. Going to be tightening his laces and running towards the B site in hot pursuit before Flash Gaming realise what the current game plan is from Nafly. Let's see. Bomb can be planted open, but actually he's going to go for the face towards CT. Are they ready for it? Yes, they are, but look at that headshot. As he's going to plant for open, and now suddenly Summer in the 1 versus 1.
Nafly. 1v1 here against Summer. The only utility Summer has is the double flash to try and help him out into this round. Naf's still just going to be holding, waiting for the push to come through as Summer slowly makes his approach round, going to go for the classic face. He does have a kit, so at least that will aid him. It's a good plant for Naf though. He doesn't have a smoke either. Wants to try and bait him out. Nafly looking like he might extend round. Going to try and clear it. As soon as he spots the bomb though, he has no reason now re-peek. Surely he isn't just going to hold it, and he will win off the back of the hold. Naf doesn't expect him to just go for the full-on hold. He will get the round as he takes him down as well. Naf going to hit the deck. Flash game in. So confident.
Smart play there. He knows that Nafly isn't going to go for the reface when he's on low HP because he's 1 or 2 shots away from giving away his life. And with that mind read, he will stick the defuse 8-3. As Flash Gaming are now in a 5-round advantage going forward into the remainder of this first half. AWP once again for Kays. 3 M4s and 1 AK. 4 rifles at that for the Chinese side on the CT side. Defenses so far it's looking strong. Can Renegades come back into the second half? Try and make it 9-6, 8-7 at best. And try and show a different level of form or an increased performance when they do flip over to their CT defense. As they are now grouping up towards A main. Smoke is there, but as soon as it fades, they could be bursting their way through. Ooh. Trying to overrun Kays.
Kays as well, just going for wall banks right now as he's feeling lucky. Hoping to see if he can get these entries. Nice molly as well. That's going to dispatch Azza so he can't try and push at the same time. Displaces everything from Renegades, but they're charging in. The cavalry has arrived. Ustilla, though, no idea of Kays' location, as well as Attacker on the scene to do some damage. Hits him and takes him down, but JKS and Nifty will return fire. They get themselves into a 2 versus 2. Lovey and Casa to attempt to try and mount this retake as JKS and Nifty hold different angles. Separated as Nifty gets the headshot. Lovey in a 1v2 scenario. Can he claim the round as the spray down won't work out? Nifty will get it, and Renegades get the round. Kassad has a clap.
He does indeed. No shoulder robs though. No massages for his players, as he knows this game is far from being won. It's going to be 8-4 as Flash Gaming still are doubling the scoreline that the Australians have put on the board. But then again, they're going to be getting ever closer to Flash Gaming, as it's going to be the half buy from Attacker, and apart from that, an eco across the board for the remainder of the Flash Gaming side. Upgraded pistols here and there. But Renegades, if they can get to 5, try claim at least one of the last 2 rounds, make it 9-6, going into their second half on their CT side. Can that be where they shine and try and make this a swift 2-0?
Push slowly coming through from Renegades towards mid. They want to try and gain that map control early and work with it. It's a 3-player stack towards the A site with Attacker and co. But nothing occurring just yet. Ustilo looking like he is just going to be holding towards white box with support. Vent has been popped, but they're not going through. They have drawn a mass rotate, those Snods. It's only 1 man on A now, and a close player in Z. It is Attacker, and he rearms himself once more.
It's not the person you want to be having wielding that AK if you are Renegades. As Karsar finds another one. It's going to be a 4 versus 3. We saw 1 kill from Nafline's UMP, but that's about it so far from Renegades. As with a minute left, the bomb towards Highway has to cross the jaws of defeat, which could be Attacker's AK.
Oh, Attacker starts to attack as well as he takes him down. It's all on Naf now. How many times have we seen this be the scenario in the round? But Naf, great display of skill with the UMP. Somehow he finds the flick as well. He's going to need to get himself an ace if he wants to win this round. The bomb is in a massive, awkward location. So many open angles. Molly comes in to force them back. Kaze and Lovey, full HP. AK on Kaze, gets tagged down to 61 early. Nafly going to peek from the heightened angle. He's still trying to win this. He's got 26 seconds, Nods, as the smoke will go down.
Knows that 1 player Riz expects Lovely to be towards connector Raw Highway, holding for the push from the smoke, but actually, Kaze and Lovely are grouping together. Nafly so Powerline spots both of them, and there you have it. With the double face from Flash Gaming, they will be securing another round on these pistols. It's going to go 9-4, and Attacker with another incredible round. It's going to be 20 kills for him after just 14 being played out.
That is a disgusting reset round as well. Renegades, they're not going to be in a good spot at all. Flash literally only invested into CZ armor, and not even across the board. And this is the thing, right? It's not even kind of a joke now when we say it. If you give Attacker an AK, he is going to show you how much of an artist he is with it. He's going to paint some lovely pieces, and those pieces will be your demise.
Can Renegades try and find something within themselves to finish off this half 9-6? You can see Nafly as the conductor, waving his hands around as he tries to give out the instructions for these rounds. It's going to be AK for JKS, UMP on Ustilo, CZ and Deagle for Nafly and Azza. And the scout for Nifty, no AWP for him. How are they going to be structuring this T half and this T round, as so far it hasn't been prevailing for them.
Nifty going to go for a little bit of a nifty boost, as he will get himself up on the heightened angle.
Ooh, it's a tag.
And he gets the tag, but it's not quite a frag, is it?
It isn't indeed. So now Attacker is low. That's the player you really want to be denting as well. The star performer for Flash Gaming, as he is on 20 kills already after 14 rounds. An incredible performance from him. Renegades can't really find the answer to try counter it.
Going for a bit of a spam right now with their mixed bag of weapons. So they've stuck their hand into a Christmas stocking and just pulled out whatever they could find, Snods.
Well, whatever they would have found would have been what their parent... Oh, Santa Claus put in there.
Yeah, of course. Good old Santa Claus. Carter doing his best Bruce Willis impression right now. I bet he knows what a TV dinner feels like as he holds towards Vent, waiting for the push to come through as they will peek. He fires away a couple of shots but couldn't quite connect it, as he will begin to back off as the Molotov comes in and things heat up a notch.
Carter will eventually retreat back towards default. Going to be leaving Kaze alone towards the A side. This time no AWP, no Molotov for door. Just going to be the M4 to work with. 3 players towards B from Flash Gaming. They expect Renegades to eventually commit towards this B site. And with 20 seconds left, it seems like Renegades are fleeting back towards A, especially now as Ustilo finds the kill onto the one remaining A site defense player. That was Kaze, as he will fall. And now Lovely fast on the rotate.
Yeah, Lovey is on the scene as he fires down the AK, gets the 1v2. Oh! If he would have killed the bomb planter there, that would have been incredible. But unfortunately, he B.O.P.'d across the site. They're just charging in, though, to try and deny this attacker with one. They're into a 3 versus 3. Nifty and Justillo alone, but JKS peeks out with his absolute savagery. That's the double coming through for JKS. Attacker knows when to call it quits. Surely get out of there, but JKS, quick off the draw. The AK, leaving everyone wanting more.
9-5 as we go into the final round number 15. Let's see what the buyer's going to be like for Flash Gaming. They have low money. M4 for Lovely. But apart from that, I believe everyone will be deducted down to just UMPs or CZs and Deagles, as the buy is far from ideal.
3 CZs, an M4 and a UMP. Now the thing is, we say it's not ideal, but we've seen them win with worse.
We have indeed actually seen them win with worse. No Kevlar CZs were some of the keys to victory early on. Nevertheless, though, UMP for Nifty, 4 AKs as well, as the IGL, the young IGL at that, would have loved to have the AWP to work with. Nevertheless, though, 1 minute 30 on the clock. Bomb left outside by mid-main. Renegades going to be playing a slow default here. They have Nifty with the UMP towards T spawn, holding for a push towards B from Flash. But instead, they hold. Both teams at a stalemate, as Renegades may opt to go for a mid-take towards the end of this round.
K's there. Going for the little jump face to try and see if anyone is going to be coming towards him, as no push comes through just yet. Molotov will go out to set a blaze towards the top of Boost, as Flash Gaming still just wait eagerly for the push to come towards.
50 seconds now on the bomb towards A main. As the towards door, 2 towards B, they're trying to sell a fake, but can it really work out for them?
Push coming round. Nafly going to get the entry as he will open up the site now. Looking good. Carcer as well, very low, just 2 HP on him. Not the best situation to be an attacker waiting on the site in the close range angle, though with a CZ. He should be deadly with this naughty firearm. He will get a tag, but he's forced to fall back as the push comes through. There's one. Lovey as well going to get one of his own. Justillo will trade it back with the rifle. Oh, Justillo on the double entry, but Carcer, CZ, shredding them as he leaves it back into a 2v2.
Carcer, 2 HP, Lovely on 24 with the M4. And he will go down. It's going to be Nafly and JKS versus Carcer. The lack of HP as well will eventually be taken down. It's going to be 9-6 as the Australians manage to bring it back in the second half. 21 kills in the first half from Attacker, and actually 4 kills from the first half from Justillo. So a stark difference and a stark contrast in terms of the Liverpool performance between these two maps.
It's true. 2 of those kills in the last round as well there for Justillo.
There you go. It would have been, what, 2 in the first half?
Yeah. Luckily, he did step it up a little bit. 9 rounds for Flash Gaming, though, is pretty good. Obviously, we said they needed to win the half if they were going to be able to get a good bit of momentum going on Cash. And you know what? They did it.
They did indeed. It's going to be 9-6. So Renegades, if they can see the second pistol to Flash Gaming, we know how strong Flash are with those pistols. Their individual skill is incredible. This could easily go to a 10-6 scoreline. They win if they win versus the Force Buy and the Eco. We definitely could be looking at a scenario where it's 12-6 in favor of the Dark Horse Chinese side. Then again, Renegades, can they make this 1-for-1 in terms of the pistols? Come back 9-9, as long as they don't allow Flash to get the bomb down. They win versus the Eco and the Force Buy. And if it is 9-9, can Renegades finish off the job on their CT side? As we saw from Flash, they were weaker, far weaker on their T side. That's going to be going underway. 9-6 in favor of Flash Gaming. This is going to be Carcer, going to be buying up the utility so far for the Chinese side. Smoke and Molotov. And for Renegades now, an important pistol. Nafly wielding the utility kit and smoke for him. Let's see what the play is going to be from Flash. Are they going to go heavy towards A? And it seems likely. Or are they going to go towards Boost? The Molotov can be for quad. This could be a read that they have on Renegades, knowing that they like to have a player go towards quad on the pistol.
Let's see, Snodsus. Right now, the reposition will come around. Seems like it is going to be that split push towards the A site. Actually, someone is taking it very slow with a far lurk towards B, waiting to see in case they do go for the info push from Sunroom. Will JKS actually fall into the trap here?
2 players towards quad from Renegades. If this Molotov comes in and burns Justillo and, of course, Az are alive, then suddenly they're going to be forced to rotate and they're going to be burning in the fire. And that could be... Thing is as well, right? If they take 10 or 20 points of health damage reduction from their health, then suddenly one shot, one headshot from the Glock will take them down. Molotov comes out, let's see if it's going to work.
Molotov forces him out of position as well. Nice use with a nade to do so much damage. Kaze will get the opener with a CZ. Justillo just overwhelmed and confused. Finds one, but that's it. Casa as well. The Glock reigns supreme as he blows them away. Nifty and JKS forced to try and salvage this mockery of a round, but Attacker loses his face as Nifty sneaks up like a silent assassin to stealthily eliminate him. Ready for more as well. Clears towards main, but Summer absolutely ready for it. Doesn't give a damn. Doesn't break a sweat. Case for the final one, and Flash get the pistol.
10-6 as Flash Gaming claim both the pistols. And as long as Renegades do lose their force buy and their eco, this could easily be a 12-6 scoreline where Renegades are in a very, very large deficit. How are they going to come back into this one? They need to go for the force here. It's going to be the Deagle and Kevlar for Nafly. Nifty as well as 1.8k. Did get one kill into the player towards Forklift, so he can buy Deagle and go no Kevlar. And still have over the threshold that is $1,100 required to buy an AWP into the third round of the half, which would be round number 19. But let's see, it's actually going to be only Nafly and Azza buying up Kevlar. And apart from that, just Deagles for the remaining players of Renegades as they want to have extra utility going to these buy rounds as they believe they can still fight back. And once the buy rounds, the rifles and the AWPs come into play, they are going to have the advantage.
Flash as well. No real reason to actually overextend. They know Renegades like to get a little bit dubious into these rounds and go for information plays. So you just hold your crossfires, play your default out, especially when you've got these rifles and SMGs in play. Just pick them off when they come towards you. As are on this close range angle as well, armed with Armor CZ, it actually could be kind of filthy.
Could be dirty indeed. Bomb left outside mid-main as Flash Gaming play a nice slow default, holding for any aggression from Renegades. But the Australians aren't taking the bait. They're not going to be biting onto Flash Gaming's lure. Close towards their main though, Azza. He has the Kevlar, as you said. Can he try and find 1 or 2 kills and give Renegades a chance?
We'll see with the Mat-10s on entry there as well. CZ out to try bait him, and he gets the opening headshot. Azza, great trace in there as he actually did find the initial frag. There's the response though, but Justillo keeps it going with the Deagle as well. Lovely with the timing, needed to try and push out and backstab, but actually just toyed with them to force their focus towards the site. They didn't realize the location of Summer. He starts to mow them down. 2v2, they have B-side control as well. Summer's going to realize there's a welcome mat down, clear the angles. Lovey can go through with the plant. All they've got to do is hold and cut off the rotate, but they can scavenge weapons.
Nafly taking up the AK from the corpse from Attacker, and it's going to be the AK Mac-10 in the arsenal for Renegades in this 2 versus 2. The bomb is being planted. There's no kit right now for Renegades, but there is firepower. We've already seen some incredible clutch plays from Nafly. Can he deliver once more and try and get Renegades onto 7?
Naf, he's got himself in the heightened angle. The smoke can go down as the push will come round as they go for the entry and they take initial damage. There's the biggest Lovey gets one, but Naf will trade it back. Naf, he has been incredible towards this B site on Cash today. Can he do it again and win another clutch as Summer tries to bait him to force the face, jumps on the bomb but doesn't want to go for the full commit. Summer just going for the little jiggle piece with the knife out so he can check it. Naf will take him down, but there's no time, no kit. Good night.
Bomb will explode, making it 11 now for Flash Gaming. On the T side, they are going to be having the 5-round advantage, potentially even 6 as well, as it's going to be the eco for Renegades. Then again, Nafly has the Deagle to throw over. So Azza will have that to work with. He did get 1 kill that season, a nice jumping headshot for him. But right now, Attacker on 21 kills. Basically, all the firepower that Flash Gaming need to try and get over that hurdle of having these close games, 16-14, 16-30s, but they're never the one getting those late rounds on the board, getting over 15 to 16 rounds. They always fall short. Close but no cigar, but can this be the turning point for them where they gain momentum and send us onto cobblestone?
Naf working his way around as he's going to try and see what he can actually get on the entries. Justillo as well with the aggressive push through, but he's only on 20 HP. Azza will fall first. There's the follow-up frag as Attacker and Kaze do connect these initial shots. Attacker as well, absolutely hungry for more, ready to chom down on whatever comes his way. So Nafthon with the AK will slay back in their favor, but even then, it's just 1 frag.
Here comes the play though from Flash towards B. Nifty has the USP, sorry. Doesn't actually manage to get that kill. We'll get the dink onto Lovely. It's going to be leaving him on 13 HP. Nafly now on the 1 versus 4, no kit. But as of the AK, he may want to either go for the save or could try and dent the economy from Flash Gaming, knowing that it's low.
Nafly makes his way up with the rifle in his hand. He has no utility really to help him though, but he Does have good timing. So maybe he can just try and find those Ezreal frags and stay alive as he's in a bit of an awkward angle. But that is the best case scenario already. That'll be the silver lining. Ooh, smooth headshot there, as he will get another kill into the round. Naf as well, I think it's fair to say he has been impressive throughout the series today.
Yeah, definitely. Impressive is even an understatement, potentially. Obviously, having so many clutch performances for the side of Renegades. Brought in from Optic after the departure when they decided to merge the European squad together. Nevertheless, though, 6-12 now as Flash Gaming have a massive lead. But then again, they don't really have a massive bank. You can see the fact that they lost, what, 2 players in the last round, 4 players, actually everyone in that first. Forced by that they won versus Renegades when it was the 1-versus-1 with Nafly. But let's see, both these teams' economy is low. If Renegades can win this, force out the... Okay, let's break this down, Jack. If Renegades win this, make it 7-12. Force Flash onto a weak force by maybe UMPs, CZs. Try to win that, make it 8-12. Suddenly Flash are forced onto an eco. 9-12, and in touching distance from Renegades. But you can see already, these opening kills in favor of the Chinese side means that that hope of forcing an eco or weak bias for Flash is dwindling.
Nifty with a kill there. Back on towards Casa. So at least he will be able to get the entry for their side. They're still outnumbered in terms of the rounds. They can restructure as well. They've got complete control towards B bomb site, so it's just a matter of time before they arrive on the scene and resituate how they actually want to take this. Nafly coming over as well with the AK. Sick entry as he gets that headshot. That is brutal.
Holding the angle now, the cross from CT. 3 versus 3. Smoke comes out towards CT. Going to be spamming through the smoke, hoping that he can connect a headshot through it. But eventually will be falling back. The bomb's going to cross towards default. The bomb will be planted up for Flash. There is a key onto Nafly. All for Nifty. They have flashbangs, but no smoke to shroud themselves if they want to go for the defuse in the smoke. And they can't smoke off B main or checkers. They have to face all of these angles.
Push is coming around. They look like they want to try and work their way straight in. Molotov will touch down first and burn them to a crisp as the smoke is warding them off as well. Flash Gaming are in pretty good afterflance as well. Effective positioning coming through, but they have no utility to try and make their lives that extra bit easier. They need to remove Naf as well as he's so effective. Summer is the last remaining member. They jump down. Nafly, a hat-trick into the round, and they will get another one. They do have the kit. Oh, it looks like they just have it, Snods. Oh, so been, close, yeah.
Half a second at most to defuse that bomb as Renegades will claim 7. From a 5 versus 3 deficit. A poor take towards A main. Those players, I believe it was Carcer and Kays, they weren't blind. I don't think that flashbang actually connected. Because of it, they were in a massive deficit. 2-man deficit at that. At the start of the round, but thorough, calculated, methodical players from Nafly to get that 3K. Secure themselves round number 7. We'll be bringing them into this game. Round number 20 now, it's going to be 7-12 as Renegades are in a 5-round deficit versus Flash. But this is what I meant about the weak force by CZ onto Summer. P250 for Casa, as they only have 2 rifles to work with and the AWP onto Kays. As the jump peak comes out towards their main, so now they know that Flash have gone for a buy, and they definitely have firepower to work with.
Smoke going to go in to try and slow them down and stop Flash Gaming from still going for these constant aggressive plays. Casa and Summer as well with just these P250s and CZs. How is that going to restrict them in terms of their playstyle and what setup they can actually run? You can see Flash Gaming as well, still rocking the default. Looks like they'll finally make their adjustment, getting the AWP up into the elevated angle. K's towards mid. No one's there to really contest. So what will they actually achieve?
As a flashbang. There are smokes for Flash, there are 4, so they can go for an execution towards A or towards using the utility for mid control. As the smoke comes out towards connector, going to force Nifty back towards CT. And now rock, paper, scissors to where he goes. Actually going to be rejoining JKS towards the B bomb site. As Flash Gaming make the move towards middle. 2 players outside B. Players invent as well for Flash, as it's deeming like they're going to be going for the B split. But let's see as the peak comes out. Flash, perfect Flash. Attacker is blind, and Azza finds that kill, but the real attack is towards B.
Real push coming through, and as you said though, the deny is there. Nifty and Co finding the kills. Kays will return fire with the AWP. If he gets the second one, maybe there is potential, but it's JKS, the absolute savage he is, as he wants to unleash hell, but he goes down. Lovey with a CZ will punish him. Falls back into a 3 versus 3. They're going to get the plant down just in the nick of time. Ustillo on responses. He fights over by Checkers, but he's losing this game of chess as he falls to 32 HP. Surely he cannot win this firefight.
3 versus 3, kit for Ustillo and Nafly, Molotov as well, but there's no flashes, no smokes. But there you have it, Nafly with incredible luck. We'll get the drop onto Summer. And now this is the man advantage for the Australians.
Molotov's coming through, forces the face. Azza somehow wins that fight as well. It's all on Kays. The AWP won't be that useful up close and personal like that. And Nafly is going to heat it up, turns on the heat there, throws him into the firing pan, and kicks him out of the server as they get another round.
Hey, there it is, the old shoulder pat, the shoulder rub. And a sign of love from Kassad. And it's going to be 12-8, and now Renegade is getting form into this one. Low money for Flash, as I said before. Now it's the eco for Flash, so it could be 12-9 for Renegades. And this is a really crucial round for the Australian side as well. Look at that money, right? 1,000 for Nifty, 350 for Nafly and Azza, 3,000 for Ustillo, 1,000 for JKS, right? This is the round versus the quasi-buy 3 sets of Kevlar for Flash, where they have to have 4 or 5 stay alive, have a clean round, and build their bank, because otherwise they're going to be constantly under pressure to be reset.
Look at that nade as well. So much damage done to Flash. This should just be an easy spray. Naf and JKS coming through. Another kill for JKS there. Eventually will be punished. So Lovey can grab himself an M4. Well, what can he really achieve with the weapon? 1 kill. And there's Nifty as he bounds around, shows off his acrobatic skills, his B.O.O.T, as he will find that frag.
B.O.O.T, there you go. Cheeky little giggle coming out from him as well. He's loving it. It's going to be 9-12 as they're only 3 rounds behind now in touching distance of matching Flash's scoreline. And this is where Flash are really starting to slump. They won those pistol rounds. They got 6 rounds as a buffer. But in terms of the buy rounds, Renegades are leading. If you deduct the pistol rounds that Flash Gaming got, you -6. It's actually 9-6 when you look at the buy rounds in isolation. So Renegades definitely performing when the time does matter. 5 AKs for Flash as they're going to be going fast towards A main. Flash has come in, but there's no peek so far from Renegades.
Smoke's going down, as they are slowly getting ready to try and go for this burst play as well. Azza and Co spamming through the smoke. They are very, very paranoid about what could occur into the round. Ustillo actually does get the entry as well, luckily enough, but he's so low, barely gets out the Molotov in time. Left on 14 HP. Look at the use of the launch there. Didn't expect the expansion, I imagine, as he does fall to it.
Loves the Barbie, but not when it's him on it. 4-3 is now the man advantage. Still for Renegades, regardless of the play from Ustillo. 1 minute, 5 seconds left on the clock. Bomb towards A main. Azza could be asking for a flashbang, but actually the flash are going to come from Flash Gaming, as it's in their name.
Holding this angle as well. This is going to be awful. Azza needs to be on point as they push through. They're going to pre-fire, but he gets one. Can he get the second? It's Summer and Co. Naf to support. Kays will take him down, but it's all up to the Kays man himself. Is he crazy enough to win this round, though? As he holds this angle, waiting for the push to come towards him. We'll just sit by. Gets a reload out, so luckily he still has the 30 rounds to work with. Smoke goes down, 30 seconds left on the clock as well. There is a backstab, and JKS slowly slivering, worming his way up behind to try and strike if it's necessary.
20 seconds left. K is now waiting for the smoke to dissipate before he goes for his peak. Nifty holding towards default. As now he goes for the face. Actually, bad timing there as Nifty goes for the unscope, and we'll be refacing now with 10 seconds left. But do they know Case is out of A main? No, they don't. Does land the headshot, but I don't think he's going to be expecting Nifty there. The bomb will be planted, and could there be an opportunity here?
Well, he got the bomb down at least. So he was able to get the additional cash, but Nifty, straight up, he's done enough KZ. He knows what he's about. Hits him with a hardcore parkour from the elevated angle, punishes him with the AWP, and that is going to be another round for the Renegades.
Flash going to be called. Flash? Tactical timeout by Flash going to be called. Eventually we're going to get there. 12-10, as now we need to see something change from the Chinese side. They have to really recalibrate their T side and understand as to where the weaknesses are. They're being picked off one by one. They've had a 5 versus 3 advantage where they had the 2-man lead, but they still couldn't finish the job and close out that round. I believe that was the one where Renegades went to 12-7. Then obviously they went on to a low buy. They went on to an eco, and that made it 12-9. They just won the previous round there when they went towards A. So for Renegades, it's another day in the office as they're going to make it 12-10 and in touching distance. 2 rounds separating these two teams. As Flash Gaming, surely this isn't going to be the same scenario where they get close, but they still can't finish out and close out games.
It's true. Naf as well, 2 kills away from dropping a 30 bomb here into this matchup. Flash Gaming though, the reinvestment comes through. Mass investment into CZ's. Early contact phase there from Azra as well. So he catches wind, a whiff in the air of what is coming his way.
A slight breeze, but let's see if Flash Gamer can be a gale force out of door and try and swarm this side. Azza and Ustilla with rifles holding the line. Nifty with the up towards the B side, and luckily he is, because you really want these rifles up close versus the pistols.
Smokes go down as well, Snots, as they push their way through. Ustilla with the entry, Ustilla with a double, looking better now. Starting to show the form we expected to see coming out from JKS with a headshot galore as well. Attacker only going to get 1 before he's traded back. Summer does a bit of damage, but he actually gets hit in the face by the molly and then burnt to a crisp from his corpse as Ustilla will take him down. 1 round away from equalising the scoreline at 12-12, but at least Flash Gaming can now reinvest and get a buyout.
But let's see what the buy is going to be looking like. Orb instantly bought by Kaze. Another pause as well, so Flash really... Actually, no, the timeouts from Renegades I was expecting to be from the Chinese, but instead Renegades, they want to really have a thorough discussion as to what they expect Flash Gaming to pull out here. As Kassad is putting in his wisdom and his input. One of the things that can happen, Jack, is when an enemy, or sorry, when the opposition calls for timeout, and you're expecting them to try go for a set play, maybe they're going to call for a default into an execution or a default into a door burst. What you can do is you can try and catch them off guard by throwing a spanner in the works and doing something crazy, something a bit audacious to catch the opposition off guard when they have their set strat in play.
It's true. So let's see what the adjustments will be and what will actually be occurring now as we get back into the rifle round. Obviously, an AWP on either side. The AKs and M4s ready to kick this one off.
Round number 24. So far, Renegades claiming 5 in a row. Can they keep up the momentum and equalize the scoreline 12-12? It's going to be the default coming out from Flash. Bomb left towards outside T-spawn by mid-main as they're playing very passive, hoping that someone from Renegades is going to push, but instead they're just holding. And nothing crazy happening just yet. Nafly been taken away from the B site, leaving Nifty alone towards B. Playing towards sandbags. We haven't seen Renegades play there just yet. Maybe the call from Kassad was they know that on their mid takes, Flash don't molly out and don't check behind sandbags. And can that be the cause for concern that the Chinese may be about to be surprised by?
Boost coming up as they put Lovey up on the elevated angle. They're going to double face it? Yeah, both of them are there. Okay, so they're going to peek at the same time, obviously, off the back of the utility they have. Smoke going to go out, Flashbang's going to go over as well. No one actually really there to contest mid, but luckily they can slip their way in and gain that extra bit of map control, Snots.
45 seconds left of this mid control is being claimed by Flash Gaming. Going to be going towards Vent here. Here comes a fast 4-man split through Vent and through B main, as it seems like JKS finds the first.
Oh, it's going to be a B bonanza as the frags are coming through. Nifty and Naf, though, as they trade it back. It's all coming up the CT side right now, but Nifty with a bit of a panic, luckily hits him with the unzoom. There's the trade back from Kaze, though, as he needs to have an incredible round now. 1 versus 2 to try and pick it up. The bomb down an awful location. Peeks out, spray comes through. They rip him a new one, and they tie it up at a 12-12 scoreline.
Round number 25, Flash Gaming, no bomb plant. Yes, they have the max round loss bonus, Jack, being 3,400. Because the bomb wasn't planted, they're lacking that extra $800 to allow them to go for the Kevlar, AK, utility. Even if they buy now, you can see 1 flash for Kaze, no head armor as well. This means 1 bullet towards the cranium from the M4s will take him down. It's just going to be 5 AKs. 2 flashbangs and 3 smokes. Flash Gaming cannot play a slow round. If they slow the pace in this round, they'll be picked apart by Renegades.
Yeah. They really need to be on point because Flash, they're starting to burn short right now. They're starting to fall through as Ustilla comes in with the entry. Another frag going to go his way. That's the triple. Love it with the double returns, though, as it falls into a 3 versus 2. The peek from Naf comes out. Naf surely gets the double spray down. Only going to claim 1 as Summer will stop him in his tracks, but JKS for the final tap. And Renegades get another round. They consistently start to link them together now.
7 on the trot for Renegades as the Australians are getting so close now to claiming that 16th round, making it a swift 2-0 and sending Flash Gaming down into the lower bracket. Let's see now, round number 26 is going to be 3,000-ish across the board for Flash. At this point, you may as well save and allow Renegades to get to 14 and try to come back with good buys from 14 to 12 down. But instead, Jack, they're going to keep buying and buying and buying and investing round after round. And it's not working for them. They need the utility, the flashes, the Molotovs to flush out the players from Renegades, to flash off the orb from Nifty, off the angles. They're allowing Renegades to tear them apart. And Flash Gaming almost accepting defeat here.
It's true. You're tearing me apart, Lisa, as these buyers will be coming back.
Sorry?
You never seen The Room, mate?
No.
Tommy Wiseau?
No.
All right, we'll look it up.
Cheers. I will do after this game, once it eventually ends.
Terrible film. Right then, as we now continue on into the action, waiting for the push to come towards you. Summer here just holding out towards Sunroom as they slowly set themselves up towards this A-bomb site. Nifty in position as well with the AWP. Everyone just protecting their angles. You can see Flash as well, very slow into this. In terms of utility, they are staggered as well, so they have to be certain in what they want to go for. Not really much room for shenanigans or hijinks.
Exactly. More of a clean-cut round, default one of that. Let's see, Flash comes out for middle. He's still going to go for the peak. He spots one player towards mid. 50 seconds left, and again, look how slow Flash Gaming are playing their T rounds. Then again, one of the players there towards A, and that's going to be Nifty, gets spotted out, but as the AWP, so if K's went for that reface, he will be met by that big green gun. It's going to be the play towards B once again, as it's been tried and tested. As Renegades have had a solid defense towards this B site. Can they do it again?
Let's see as the push comes through. They're going to peek together. Nafly trying to get the entry. He's wanting to get himself another frag to add on to his 30 bomb total, but it isn't going to work out like that. He does fall short. Azza, though, with a response could be incredible. Charges his way with the spray down. Azza with a hat-trick. Single-handedly annihilates everyone on the site. Ustillo as well going to fire off. Takes down the final two remaining members. Azza and Ustillo win the round. He's deserving of that rub.
Now we're getting the chest pad as well. He's going further and further down the diaphragm of his players. Hopefully this doesn't go above a PG-13.
Well, I hope he doesn't get a 40 bomb, yeah, because that would be terrible.
Woo, anyway, this is going to be 14 to 12. Flash Gaming, after claiming these pistols, have been redundant in the buy rounds. They're going to be using out, I believe this is their final timeout, as Attacker is shaking his head, saying, why can't you pat me like that?
He's livid.
He's so jealous.
This is ridiculous. Look at the size of his hands when he goes for the parts.
Exactly.
We'd be winning rounds if you were like that.
How much is that transfer?
14 to 12 is the scoreline. Renegades leading by example now into these past few rounds. Luckily, Flash still have cash to splash as they will reinvest.
Nice. Round number 27, and let's see how this one unfolds. 5 AKs for Flash Gaming, and again, it's going to be 2 players with utility. Double flashbang, smoke molly, but apart from that, it's fairly light across the board. They've tried the B site time and time again, but things just never go their way. This time opting towards A, going a bit faster, but a late smoke towards A main may ward them off and slow them a little bit down.
Yeah, going to keep them at bay as they're knocking on heaven's door, waiting for the push to come through. Molotovs across the skyline, though. Everyone getting worried, not really feeling pushing through the heat just yet, as they do begin to back off, making noise, though, and planting seeds of doubt in the minds of Renegades.
Neighbors won't be happy with them.
Noise complaints galore.
Exactly. Then again, Renegades did use their Molotovs and smokes, which means if Flash Gaming went back towards the A site and went for a re-hit, they do have a smoke and a flashbang, so they can recommit towards A. There would be a lack of utility to fend them off, so maybe that could be their gateway back into this one, Jack, but instead it seems like they are slowly but surely making their way into this B site. Nifty with the AWP holding the angle. Please, can someone flash it? And they do. And it will blind Nifty, so he will eventually fall back towards default. But now 14 to 12 of all to play for. It's going to be 40 seconds left on the clock. Lovely towards door trying to sell a fake, but is it going to work? I don't think so, especially now as Nafly is going back towards B.
Oh, JKS trying to get the entries as the flashbang will go through to try and daze them and at least confuse them. Nifty will forward. Summit gets the double entry. It's actually Kays that supported him there. Azza as well going to fire back on towards Lovey as we are sitting now in a 4 versus 3 retake scenario. This is going to be a fairly hard push for Renegades. They have double flashbangs to aid them. 2 AKs, 1 M4, beautiful spam as well, as Kays will take the brute end of that and get tagged down fairly low. But Renegades, seeming like they are not going to risk it. They're going to allow them to get this 13th round and then try and dial back into the next one.
Exactly. These rounds have been close. $750 for JKS is all he has after winning. I believe it was 8 rounds in a row. As they will be eventually conceding one. Flash Gaming, off the back of the early lead they had, they had a 12-6 advantage. It's going to be 14-13. 1 round out separating these two teams. We're going to round number 28, the 3-man save from Renegades. As the bomb does eventually explode. 4 players staying alive for Flash Gaming as well, which means if Renegades did get to 15, Flash Gaming, because they had so many players survive after the round was over, they will have enough money to buy up into round number 29 in case they do concede this round here. So Renegades are going to have to win versus 4-buy after 4-buy if they want a chance of making this a 16 win in regulation.
As we walk our way back through. Nifty now as well. Something wicked this way cometh as he buys himself an AWP.
Does indeed. Let's see now. No AWP for Ks though. Just going to go back down to 5 AKs. 3 towards A main, 1 towards top, but JKS finds the first towards Bs. They go for a swift play there. And now it's going to be Azza towards Forklift as he finds one. And I don't know exactly where he is. Gets a second as well. That's going to be Ustilo chiming in. Attacker will get one. Ustilo finds the second. Now just Carsa alone in the 1 versus 4. As Renegades are surely going to get to that match point.
Yeah, this is going to be match 15 taken for them so easily. As JKS, sure, he peeks out, finds the headshot and gets them down. But now they've secured it. It's all going their way. Renegades 1 round away from closing this out. And this very well could be that round as Flash Gaming. Economy isn't fantastic. Sure, they can reinvest here, but utility is going to be lacking. A few players as well might not even be able to afford rifles as they can't actually drop. So Attacker, of all people, is going to be armed with only a deagle.
Nafla on 30 kills. Attacker on 24. He had 21 kills in the first half, and ever since then, he has fallen off. He's cooled down, and he's dropped back down to reality, and it's going to be 15-13. Renegades have 2 chances to close this out in regulation and not allow Flash Gaming to get to OT.
I guess you could say renegation time.
Well, not really, because it's double eliminate.
Well, yeah, but, you know, like Renegades.
Yeah, but relegation means they're...
All right,
yeah,
anyway.
I guess you can say they relegate down to the lower bracket. Sorry,
It's
yeah.
fine.
No,
I can tell you hate puns, so whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
So then, back into the action now. Caster actually is going to be dropped over that deagle. Attacker going to be armed with the AK. A little bit smarter, obviously. He has proven how much of a machine he could be with that rifle in his hands. Oh, attack's coming through, but you still are going to burn him away immediately. Does get tagged on a 45 HP, though.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. And running through a Molotov is definitely desperate. Deagle for Casa. Maybe they can try and boost up and retrieve the AK from the corpse of Attacker. But right now, it's going to be the man advantage for Renegades. They're 1 away from close this one out in a 2-0 and going upper into the bracket play. As JKS close towards B, holding the smoke caster on the other end of it with a deagle and just a smoke grenade. Bomb towards Useless. This is going to be going back towards B main. But as I say, that of course, the caster's curse, they're going to be heading towards A, exactly where Ustill is pushed.
Summer is clothing host toward White Box right now as Caster actually does find a kill with the deagle. Takes down JKS of all players as well, so that's going to be fairly effective for him into the late round as this one does start to develop further. They group up. They are going to go for the vent burst straight towards B. It's all on Nafly Snods. He's already got 30 frags. What more can he achieve as he peeks out? Absolutely nothing. Lovey will take him down. Hits him with a love bite as they try and take this site control. Molotov going to go out as well to warden off Azza so he can't quite push through the fire and flames. Tagged down 75 HP. Him, Ustilo, and Nifty are the final remaining trio on that CT side. They are pushing in from all angles, but it looks like once again the call to save might have been made.
Throwing in the towel here. Going to be taking us to round number 30, Jack. 15-14 as Renegades are going to go for the save. Saving the AWP and 2 rifles. This could be another 16-14. As we saw in the last map where the games go so down to the wire. As it will go 15-14. Renegades 1 away from close this one out. We could be seeing a pause come out and Kassar try and make a call, make a prediction for the round and try and get them to change something for this final round and try to get to 16. Obviously, if it goes to OT, it's anyone's game.
There's never much love when it goes OT, Snods.
It isn't, mate.
So the buyers will be coming back through. Double up setup is now in commission from Renegades as well. Big investment. They're going to splash the cash, slosh the dosh, and try and see if this will pay off.
Bring out the Wonga.
Cash for gold, of course.
Isn't that an ad-lib?
What,
For an
cash for
advert.
gold?
Yeah, cash for gold.
No, it's yeah, it is an advert. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Other ad-libs are available,
Of course. As the rebuys come back through though, JKS going for the close angles. He will hold and wait for the push to come towards him, see if he can stunt the initial aggression from Flash, but nothing really coming out from them towards mid early. He still actually does get tagged down. Ooh, they're going to go for the counter boost. This could be effective, but the angle is being covered by Kaze, so hopefully JKS plays with the timing and doesn't get overconfident.
Is this the spanner in the works they needed to catch Flash Gaming off guard? But you can see Kaze holding for the boost. He knows that Renegades has to try and do something strange, and look at the timing! JKS peeks just as Kaze whips out his knife, and the timing is going to be so unfortunate for the Chinese side as they get so close once again. 5 versus 4, Renegades with the man advantage, and usually when they have the lead in the numbers, they eventually close it out. Let's see if that's going to come to fruition here, as we're going to see a potential another 16-14 in favour of the Australians.
Seems like it. Both rounds going to go. Both games going to go the full 60 rounds total. It seems as obviously working our way through. Renegades here should take it in that 16-14 scoreline. It gets better by the second as well as Stillo will chime through, take down a Chaka. JKS still waiting, ready for more as he peeks on, actually gets a bit of a tag off as well. Azza will come through and shut down Lobby though. Just a matter of time now before Casa and Summer fall. Surely they cannot do anything, trapped on their lonesome towards mid. They can support each other, but they'll be holding hands as they go merrily down to their graves. They will fall. 16-14 will be the scoreline. Both games go the full 30 rounds. Renegades will take the victory in a 2-0 fashion as they shut it down, claim the first best of 3, and secure their spot in the upper bracket.
16-14 in Inferno, and another 16-14 as well on Cash. Renegades, from a 12-6 deficit, managed to bring it back 8 rounds in a row. And at that point, Flash, they made it 14-14, but Renegades still were the ones to close out the game. And this is the problem with Flash. It's like they have a 16-13 versus TyLoo, 16-14 versus Renegades in Inferno, 16-14 again.